and welcome to this video. This is going to be an updated skincare routine, and it was a requested video. I haven't done a video on my skincare in quite a while. I have had some videos in my past talking about my skin and different products that I've been using. I even had an incomplete like a series on the Clinique acne solutions that I never finished off. But if you guys were wondering, I stopped using it about a month and a half into it. I didn't see any results, and so I didn't want to keep on purchasing it because it is a little bit more expensive, and I wasn't seeing enough results for me to justify paying a higher amount of money, which I could get the same results from something at the drugstore. So yeah, it didn't work for me. But that's not saying that it wouldn't work for you. Just personally, it didn't work on my skin type. Before I get into what products I use and everything like that, I'm going to tell you that my skin type is combination oily. So that means that during different times of the years, my skin has it acts differently. So when it's a little colder, like during the fall and the winter, my skin can get a little more dry, and so it's not producing as many oils as it does during the summertime when my skin is super oily. So what moisturizer I use kind of depends on what time of the year it is, just because in the wintertime I use a thicker moisturizer just because my skin is a little bit more dry, so it kind of counteracts that. And in the summertime I use a thinner consistency moisturizer just so that I'm not adding any more oil than necessary to my face, and it's easier to kind of like soak up in my skin without making it like super oily. So yeah, I wash my face. Okay, before I get into that, I want to tell you that while I do think that these products are great products and they have helped my skin, one thing that I think has drastically changed my acne and helped my acne so much within this past year has definitely been my birth control. And I'm not saying that you have to go out and get birth control to solve your acne issues. I'm not saying that it will work for everybody. Just personally for me, being on birth control this past year, I have seen a drastic change in my skin for the better and a lot less acne. Birth control can be used for tons of different things. Not tons, but there are a lot of different reasons people go on birth control. There's different effects birth control can have on you. So definitely, if you're thinking about going on to birth control for acne reasons or whatever reasons you're thinking about doing it, definitely talk to a doctor, do your research, see what type of birth control works best for you. I am doing oral contraceptives, so I am taking the birth control pill, which is just a little pill that you take every day at the same time of the day. So that's what me and my doctor found has worked best for me. I've tried different types of birth control. This one gives me the least amount of side effects. I actually don't have any side effects with my birth control, and it's helped my acne a lot, and done all the things that I needed to do. So I'm not saying everybody should go on birth control. I'm not saying you shouldn't go on birth control. It's a personal decision. Different people have different opinions on birth control, so it's definitely a very personal thing. And if you are considering going on birth control, make sure you do the right research and talk to a medical professional. Obviously you have to, because it is prescribed. So yeah. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, I'm going to tell you guys what products I use on my skin, because it is important that you do cleanse your face. There's dirt and oil, and especially if you're using makeup, all that makeup in your pores, it's going to clog your pores and it's going to cause acne. So you definitely need to be washing your face and taking care of your skin and trying to prevent clogging your pores. So I have two different routines that I do. I have a morning routine and a nighttime routine. The only thing that really differs between these two routines is the actual face wash that I use. In the morning I use an exfoliating face wash, and in the nighttime I use a gel cleanser, and that is specifically for acne. So I just changed these two things up between the morning and the night, and just the combination of these two things I think help my skin. I like to do an exfoliating one in the morning just because I like to kind of get rid of all the dead skin and kind of just smooths out my face for when I'm doing my makeup. I feel like it goes on a lot better than if I didn't use an exfoliate. But you want to make sure that the exfoliator that you use is a gentle exfoliator if you're going to be using it every single day. So, and that's also if you have sensitive skin. Like, different people have different skin types, so what works for me is not going to work for everybody. I'm just letting you know what I do. So that being said, let's get into the actual products that I use. Okay, so in the morning, like I said, I do like to use an exfoliating face wash. So the one that I use is the Garnier Clean Blackhead Eliminating Scrub, and this one is for oily skin, and it does have salicylic acid in it. The two main active ingredients that you're going to find most of the time for acne is going to be salicylic acid or benzoyl peroxide. Different people's skin react differently to different things. So me personally, based off of my experiences and just kind of trial and error, I found that salicylic acid is what works best for my skin and fighting my acne. Some people's skin is going to be more responsive to benzoyl peroxide. So you just have to kind of try both out, try products that have each ingredient and see which one works best for your skin, and most likely that one is going to be what your skin responds to better. So yeah, this has salicylic acid in it, so it does help to fight acne as well as exfoliate your skin and clear out your pores and all that stuff. So I'm going to give you some tips on when you're washing your face. You want to start off with a warm or hot water by splashing your face with that, because that's going to open up your pores, and so that way whatever products that you're using, they're going to get deeper in your pores and really deep clean and get all that dirt and gunk out of there. But that being said, once you have opened up your pores, they're going to be open until you do something to close them up. So what you want to do is you want to splash your face, or get, like when you're wiping off that cleanser and stuff, you're going to want to use cold water. That way it closes your pores back up. So start off with hot water, end with cold water. There you go. Now yeah, so that's what I use in the mornings. And then from this step forward is what I do for the morning and the nighttime. So after you wash your face, you're going to want to tone it. Toning your skin is going to rebalance your pH levels. It's also going to kind of get some extra dirt out of your face, and it's going to help with that tightness feeling. If you know, like if your skin is really clean, you kind of know that like tight feeling. So this is going to help to kind of just get rid of that. So the one I like to use is this Neutrogena Oil-Free Acne Stress Control Triple Action Toner, and so this also has salicylic acid in it. So like I said, with all of these things, you're probably going to see a recurring factor. Like I said, I use salicylic acid for my acne because that's what works for me. So this, I just put it on a cotton pad, and then I go over my face and make sure I get all of that extra area, like any extra dirt that's on my face, and it's also just going to help to rebalance my pH levels on my face after scrubbing and all that stuff. Now that my face is nice and squeaky clean, what I do, and I don't do this every day, is just kind of when I have more active breakouts, is I'll go in with a spot treatment. And the one that I really like is the Clean and Clear Advantage Acne Spot Treatment, and this one is oil free, and again it has salicylic acid in it. And so I'll just take a little bit of that and thinly place it over any problem areas that I'm having. Like if you have a cluster of like bumps somewhere, or if you have just one really big huge one, even if you feel one coming on, put this on. Like, you know how you can like feel one emerging, like it's right under the surface before it kind of like pops its way out? If you put this on, a lot of the times it will just kind of prevent it from even coming out. Sometimes this stuff just pops up before you even realize it's going to be there, and you gotta go with it. But yeah, so this is one of my holy grail products. I love this. I've literally purchased this, I can't even tell you how many times, like over and over again. Like this one is almost empty. I even have like another one waiting. Like I can't go without this. It's just like amazing for if you have active breakouts. It really helps to get rid of them a lot quicker and even reduce in size really quickly. And then the last step of my face routine is moisturizing, and I personally love the Cetaphil moisturizers. They're super inexpensive. All of these things you can find at the drugstore, and I don't know, it's just really nice. So like I said, I use a different moisturizer depending on the time of the year and how my skin is acting, but both of the ones that I use are Cetaphil. They're the same line, they're just different consistencies. So the one that I'm using right now, because it is fall where I am and the weather is kind of drying out my skin a little bit, I use the moisturizing cream, and this is just a lot thicker of a consistency. Okay, so while I was editing, I realized that an entire portion of my video did not record, so I'm just going to do this really quickly right here, impromptu. So I ended the video with me talking about the thicker moisturizer that I use during the wintertime, and so the one that I use during the summer is the lotion version of that, and it's just the Cetaphil moisturizing lotion. And the reason that I like to use this during the summertime is because my skin, it gets really oily in the summertime, and so with the moisturizing cream that I use during the winter, it kind of sticks into my skin throughout the day and keeps it hydrated all day long, which is really good for me when my skin is getting drier in the wintertime. However, I don't really like that in the summertime because my skin produces its own oils throughout the day and it gets really oily, and so if I'm having a moisturizer in my skin moisturizing plus the oils, it can get out of control. So I like to use the Cetaphil moisturizing lotion just because it is a lot thinner of a consistency, and I find that it does kind of absorb into my skin a lot faster before my oils start producing throughout the day. So that's really good for it for the summertime, and that's what I use. Yeah. Now, I also did not record what I use for my nighttime routine. So like I said in the beginning of the video, I do use a different cleanser in the morning and in the nighttime. So the nighttime cleanser that I like to use is this Neutrogena Oil-Free Acne Stress Control Power Gel Cleanser, and it's the same brand that I use for my toner. And I've used this for so long, literally since I was in like the 9th grade, I want to say, and I found it through doing a quiz on 17 magazine. Like, there was a quiz inside the magazine, and it pointed me to this, and I tried it out, and yeah, it worked. So I've always gone back to it. It is my holy grail product. So that is what I use. I also have a cleanser, like a just a cleanser version, and this is not a cleanser, a cream version, and then this is a gel one. I've tried to find the gel one when I first got it. I got it at Walmart, and then every time I've gone back, I've never seen it. And then one day, I was going through Rite Aid, and I saw it, and I got 2 of them. Like, I got as many as I could because I thought that it was sold, like, they stopped selling them. So I know that I found them at Rite Aid. I haven't, that was like over a year ago, just because I've been using both of them up. This is the second one, and I'm almost done with it. So I'm going to have to repurchase it and figure out where I can get it. I have to check back at Rite Aid, and if I can't find it, I'm just going to see if I can get it online, because this is literally like my holy grail. So yeah, and what I use with this, I think I did record, so let's get back into the regular programmed video. So yeah, and what I use with this is I like to use my Clarisonic Mia, and so this one, you can buy this, I got mine from Ulta, and so basically it's just like a face brush. It just kind of really gets in your skin, and I like it because I think it really helps to get my products deeper into my skin. I really have seen a difference since using this. I've had, well, not this one specifically, I had one before, like the Clarisonic Mia. This is the Mia 2, and so that one kind of got a little old and gross, and so I purchased another one just because I use it every day, and so, you know, there are replacement heads and stuff, but I just was like, I just needed a new one. Yeah, so this one, it does different speeds, not different speeds. This one like tells you when to change it on your face. So you're supposed to do 20 seconds on each cheek, and then 10 seconds on the lower half of your face, and then 10 seconds on the higher point of your face. So once you put it on, it's like vibrating, and then it'll do like a little like buzz, and that'll let you know to move on to a different section of your face, and then another buzz, different section, another buzz, another section, and then you're good to go. And so it's a minute, so you're washing your face for a minute, and just really gets it in really deeply and really nicely, and I like it. Now, I'm not saying you need to have this, like, it is pretty expensive, so if you can't afford it, like, it's not like gonna make all your acne go away, but it is a helpful tool to have if you can afford it and you are interested in it. I would recommend trying it out. So yeah, those are all of the products that I use for my skin. Like I said before, like, everybody has different skin types, and so different products are going to work differently for everybody, just like makeup wise. So just because these products work for me doesn't mean that they're necessarily going to work for you, or a combination of these things might worsen your acne and make you break out even more. I don't know. So it's just kind of trial and error. These are things that I found through my process of trial and error and trying out different things that I found work best for me. So hopefully this was helpful. If I didn't answer any questions, if you guys have like more questions or anything like that, definitely leave them down below in the comments and I will answer them for you. And yeah, hopefully you guys are having a good day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!